Obviously, they made some shots, and start of that fourth quarter, I thought was the difference. I think 16-8, start that fourth, kind of gave them a little cushion. We had a hard time kind of, matching that. Just some of the detail stuff, if it's a 50-50 ball here, if there's coverage confusion that leads to a three. Our margin of error tonight was really thin. Obviously, no coups. Brad, had a tough night, fouled out. So those little plays they become magnified.
Wes, obviously, Sacramento, Cleveland, I feel like those are going to be kind of different situations. But in games like this, 2 games in Detroit, where it seems to be an energy thing that people are talking about, at least in the locker room from the start, do you feel like when you talk about we have to learn from these losses, these games, it's something that isn't being absorbed, or it's like the team thinking, oh, that was a fluke, we can turn on, erase that, and come out?
Well, I think we're wrong. We think we can turn on. I mean, that's obvious because we can't. Yeah, I mean, those, you can say it's an energy thing, and you know that a team like this is going to play 48 minutes regardless, and that's just how they're built, and that's how they compete. So it's a credit to them, but and I'm not sure why we would think we're able to just walk in and into a win. We have to earn it. We got to take it. We're not good enough to just assume at some point we can just flip a switch and all of a sudden things are just going to go our way.
Do you feel like this was a low-energy game, or that the energy wasn't high enough?
Not necessarily. They played well. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They defended us well. But we made our share of mistakes and had plenty of miscues that that didn't help us.
They started off 1 for 6 from 3 in the first. What happened? What did they figure out with the 3-point defense, or something that you guys were doing?
Not necessarily. I think 7 in that second quarter, which got them going. I think Wagner hit a couple. Harris hit a couple. I think he hit 2 late against the zone, and that's going to happen. But trying to protect guys from foul trouble at times, it opened up some threes. But it wasn't necessarily anything we weren't doing or doing that changed that. Obviously they made some plays. I think one of those came in transition. So those are the type of plays you want to have back. Where if they just make shots for his good defense, you got to tip your hat. But when it's coverage confusion, whether it's transition, if there's miscommunication that leads to those situations, that's a problem.
What were Markel and Cole Anthony able to take advantage of? It seems like that.
Yeah, just in that mid-range. They shot the mid-range really well, and in general, you'd say you live with some of those, but that's kind of a strength of theirs. So, those plays become magnified in the fourth. If they're making those shots throughout the course of the game, you can kind of absolve yourself a little bit, knowing that you got time. But when it's possession after possession and they make those type plays, those mount up.
Wes, DeLon played 16 and a half minutes tonight. Is he dealing with any kind of injury?
Not to my knowledge, no.
And I realize that your intention isn't to reduce his minutes, it's to give other guys minutes, but is DeLon such a key player on the defense end that he needs to play more?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, play him more, but we got to get more out of him. And I think he's had a tough stretch of games, and that's I'm going to give him plenty of chances. I have a lot of belief in what he does and what he brings. Maybe tonight just wasn't his night. I thought Goody came in and played well, brought some good energy. And just trying to find a guy to give us a spark.
Not to drill on that point, because I know this is just one data point, but when you talk about getting more, do you mean creating more at the guard spot, or just hitting more shots?
No, just in general. Just that it was good to see Denny play well. We've had some issues with bench production in general, and that's not on DeLon, that's not on Denny, that's not on one individual, just as a collective group. So to see him get going a bit, I think was a positive. But you're just trying to find a little bit more momentum. Through K-Nunn out there, Johnny, at times it's not going well. You want to try something different.
This being the kind of main issue tonight.
I don't know, a main issue, but Just overall, no, not a they are getting better as a team. I just texted Mo's head coach. I feel like they've grown throughout the season, from the first times that we played them until now. So I told him that he's doing a great job, and this team is getting better. You can see the fans are more into it also. So I think they have something like exciting brewing here in Orlando.
You guys are 3-8, I think, in March now. Can you put just that stretch in perspective when you have been trying to make a push yet?
Yeah, not ideal, obviously. We're fighting. We're trying to figure out what we can do to get better. It's frustrating, but this is part of our job, I know a lot of these guys know also what it's like to be on the other side, to be winning and to be having all this fun. Right now we're on the side that's not as fun, but we have to figure out a way. I want to win games, and I'm sure everyone here wants to do it. It's just a matter of us staying together as a group and figuring it out.
How do you feel like you guys are doing in terms of staying together?
You have a black belt?
No, we'll discuss later. I don't.
Wow.
We'll discuss later.
That'd be awesome.
You're like undercover, like black belt master. I knew you had some tricks up your sleeve, brother. Sorry, what was the question?
I can't remember. How do you feel like the team is doing in terms of cohesion and
Cohesion is staying together?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're good. Like, honestly, I cannot say that's one of our issues. It's not. We're great off the court. We have great chemistry. We're just not playing good basketball. That's the reality, and it's it's many things, and just not there. We're not winning games.
What is the mood of the guys after a stretch like this that is not ideal?
Of course, right after the game, it's a low, but we have to try to snap out of it. Pretty much that's it. I try to go to sleep with a more or less clear mind, so I can get some rest, and tomorrow, boom, again, fresh energy. Tell myself I've never lost a game, and we're undefeated, and here we go. Almost that kind of mindset. So right now, it is what it is, but we have to bring fresh energy for every game. Otherwise, if we just keep staying in this kind of mood, then not good things are not going to happen for us.
Talk about kind of how's the team staying together. It's been a bit of a tough stretch, but how are you guys kind of living together through this?
Yeah, really, really tough stretch. We don't really have other choice, we're going to play the games we're going to play, and our best chance to win is by sticking together, right? And that's simple math, and everybody around here knows that. So as hard as it is sometimes, good teams come together when things get tough, and if we want to be a good team, we're going to do that.
What's been kind of the message in the locker room during this stretch from Coach? What's he been telling you guys?
He's just basically repeating, like no one's gonna help us. We gotta help ourselves, and we gotta do everything we can to, get out of this rut. We're gonna try some different things. We're gonna play harder. We're gonna play smarter. But nobody else in the league cares that we're going through a rut. So they're not gonna help us, and we gotta help ourselves.
Question just personally, you were to this match socks to Council Awareness. Talk about why you decided to do that and what that means to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting married in the summer, and my fiance has a nephew who will be my nephew soon, who has Down syndrome. He's about a year and a half years old, maybe two, and just wanted to support him and his family, and I love that kid. He's awesome, and anybody who's been blessed enough to have a sibling or a son or a daughter or niece, nephew that has Down syndrome and knows how much of a blessing it is, and was happy to wear the socks. It was awesome. I'm glad I came across my radar and was able to do it.